And Yanni's in the bathtub. The bathtub's running. Yanni's got a snooze in. He's got a 20% clean ass. He just took a shit. It was a good shit because he took some antibiotic milk that he can't remember the name of. It's not antibiotic. It's probiotic. He got a recommendation from Tim Dillon, who uses it. He used it when he was in Austin, staying at Tim's house, and Tim told him to take a drink of that, and he really had a really good shit because the probiotics really go to war. They go to war with the bad biotics, and now Yannis is feeling good, and he had a nice hard shit, which is usually about 2 out of 8 because the kid's diet is for the fucking birds. I'm talking about an alarming amount of pizza, as you may know. And he also had about 4 Wagyu hot dogs the other day when he was at his cousin-in-law's house. So that's what he did. That's usually his diet. He doesn't eat anything green unless it's got, it says mint on the outside and it's a Swedish snooze package. That's the only thing green Yannis puts into his mouth. And Yannis is thinking about maybe canceling some of his shows, maybe in Texas, maybe in Florida, but don't cancel your tickets yet because he hasn't made a decision. He just wants to keep the baby safe. Yanni at this point wishes he was somebody who didn't believe in COVID, that COVID was Nancy Pelosi's breast milk that they mixed with a little bit of Obama's Dracula juice and turned it into a pandemic that only affected certain people who were scared and pussy like Yanni. But Yanni doesn't believe that, and he's got one of his wife's cousins is now in the hospital on oxygen because he decided to not be vaccinated. He regrets it now. What can you do? You can't convince anybody to do anything, especially in a country that was formed on rugged individualism and rebellion. There's always skepticism of the government, so you're never going to be able to bring to fruition mass efforts of vaccination to get the people vaccinated, although cases are rising in unvaccinated areas, but the media is telling us that. Why should we believe that? Why should you believe Kamala Harris, who when Trump was in office politicized the virus and said she wasn't going to get no Trump vaccine? They started it there. After you watch a COVID story, after you watch a COVID... Yanni was on a good roll, but he can't remember where those kids went to school. Was it called COVID school? Yeah, COVID school. The kid went to COVID school and he stood in the face of that Native American and they sliced up that video to make it seem like that white kid was wrong. And also a bunch of other things that are questionable. Let's be honest, the story against Kavanaugh was questionable. So is the story about Clarence Thomas. If you watch my podcast, you know I should make it into a clip so more people can see it. If you're running for the Supreme Court and you're against abortion, there's a good chance there's a hit on you by the Dems, the Nancy Pelosi Dems. But also, there's a lot of people who are Republicans who just fucking don't think the vaccine works. And they explain to me and they say, you know, in Israel, there's 40% of cases of vaccinated people going to the hospital. Yeah, those people are probably immune compromised, otherwise are elderly. But also, if most of the population is vaccinated, it makes sense that there's more breakthrough vaccinated cases, you fucking idiot. What's the dollars? What the thing is to compare it to is Israel has a close to 90% vaccination rate, and the amount of people going to the hospital is way down, even though 40% of them are vaccinated. That's what you call breakthrough infections, because this variant is called the Akash Singh, and it's fucking nasty.